Got it.
All set? All right, welcome everyone to our last meeting of 2023 for the Tourism Board. Quick roll call. We have Richard Walker joining us via Zoom in the room here at the Delta today. We have Tara from the city, Tracy White, Nick Crash, Travis Anderson from the city, Alana representing the city, Kevin Wire, myself, Beverly Barber, Jeff. I don't know your last name. Locker, thank you. And Don Marie. People. Okay, did everybody have a chance to look over the minutes from November 21st that Tara had sent out? And is there any questions, comments, or concerns with regards to that? No, if that's the case, I'll call for a mover for the approval of minutes. Nick. And a seconder, Dawn. And all in favor? And that one carries. Declaration of pecuniary interest. I don't believe that we had anything. Oh, I should mention also that Lawrence and Lovely were regrets. But I don't believe there was any declaration of pecuniary interest today on the agenda. So Travis, I will turn it over to you to provide us with a final tourism overview and update for the year.
Perfect. And as always, I am going to merge my update with new business on certain items, and I think we'll reconcile that in the new year. Otherwise, yeah. I'm going to start off with our mat collections. We're still short one hotel reporting for September. That being said, we did exceed September 2022, and current mat collections are just over 1.5 million. Assuming similar projections for November and December that we had last year, we're going to potentially come in around 1.7, possibly 1.8. So things are looking pretty well for us collectively with respect to funds that will be available next year. That's
Sir, before you go on, it's one hotel that's not paid at all.
just the month.
Oh, just the month.
Yeah. So with respect to other items, we did have the strat plan go in front of council last night. Went over without a hitch. They had a couple of questions regarding our support for events, how we can grow local events and really elevate some of those to the next level in terms of attracting visitors. The other piece that I'll discuss is last week we had some heavy community and stakeholder engagement on the waterfront design. There was a number of you directly involved in that. Went really well. The consultants were, hugely impressed with the number of people that we were able to get out. Particularly with all the landowners and users of the waterfront. They are going to follow up with respect to some of Richard, yourself in particular. I know you've indicated the dates for the your availability for consultation. We've got a meeting with them tomorrow. What we're looking at is potentially pushing some of these to the new year. We're also going to deal with Jamie as well from the Bush Plane in the new year. So kind of in terms of next steps, they'll collect all the information from the individuals that we've consulted with so far, as well as the survey in early January, and then they're going to be presenting design concepts. Survey is going really well, not nearly as appealing, but the number of individuals that filled out the survey for the budget was about 180. This thing's only been active for I think less than a week, and we have 630 as of this afternoon. So what we'd like to do is we'll send out the survey, bit of background to all of you, and for those that are hoteliers or those that have staff, if you could share them potentially with your staff as well. We just want to make sure we get as many people as possible. sorting that out. And I think if there's anything else, Wishart Bridge, I'll mention that. We have indication from Infrastructure Canada that we can proceed with next steps. So we're targeting to release the tender documents for the bridge in Q1. I don't want to say that I'll be sooner than that because there's a lot to pull together. But ideally, best case scenario, we'll get that out before the end of March, or before March, but I'm saying end of March, realistically. And then the last item, we have bids coming in for the 2024 trail construction up at Hiawatha. They're due this Thursday. So that's a pretty healthy work package heading into next year. I think that's all report on.
Okay. Financial, are you covering that or will
Richard, I can give an update on the banking situation.
Before we get to there, is what's the end dates for our grant programs? When do we have to complete all of this stuff by?
Wishart, we have till 2026.
Okay.
The remainder we have till 2025.
And what about for the trails?
That one's 2025.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So nothing urgent then yet.
yeah, we're gonna try our best to wrap up the trails in 2024. So just to give us a bit of breathing room there. Banking wise, we, as of last week, received the RBC contact from the city. So we've been reaching out and working with them. We've managed to transition access to Alana and I right now and Beverly to have viewing access of the accounts. There's a bit of process there. Richard, we're going to get you teed up when you're back. There was some immediacy that we needed to hit, so we had access by Jan 1. We're also getting access for our bookkeepers, Priddle and Luck. We've got a training session Alana and I do the 28th of December. And then our plan is to go through that training program, get this access, and then in the new year, if there's items that we need to clean up with our RBC, take care of it then. We really needed the access.
I was able to log in today and actually see your money in the account. So, I have firsthand seen the dollars that are in there, so
fabulous.
we're on the right track.
Okay. So moving into item number 6, new business, meeting calendar 2024. Terry?
Yeah, I can speak to that even. We put together the calendar, which was supposed to be distributed. I apologize, it didn't get sent out. So I'll send it out to everybody after. We'll be following the same schedule for next year, third Tuesday of the month. There's a few exceptions to that, just where it follows after a staff holiday. We moved it just because everybody's coming back in all weekends. So there's a few exceptions to that where you'll see we'll either do it the week before or the week after. But plan on, Tara will follow up with meeting invites for everybody to lock in your calendars, but plan on the third Tuesday of the month, except for those ones where you know it's like May long weekend, there's a couple family day. Yeah, so we move those ones just to give everybody some breathing room after the long weekends.
Okay. Excellent. Wishart Park update we've already covered. So item number 7, outstanding business. And that is the tourism event administrator position that we had brought forward at the last meeting. There was some conversations with Alana and Travis and the city's HR with regards to how we can work that was to. We had discussions over 2 years, what that was. So Travis, if you want to tell us in on.
Yeah.
Landed?
So because the funding is coming from a third party and no way to guarantee in perpetuity, the position is going to have to be a full-time temporary position. And what we're proposing is that we make it a full-time 5-year contract. I have another position that reports to me that is on a similar situation, and they've been employed. The position's been available for 20 years. So there is the opportunity to make that a rolling position. But at this point, I'm not able to, or we are not able to extend a full-time permanent position. The other element that we're going to discuss is the resolution was passed to approve the budget, but not specifically addressing the position. And the budget is approved for 2024, and we require the position.
How does that impact? Does it include benefit? It's a contract. Is it going to be stated that it's a contract and have the nice legal wording that this contract will be?
Yeah, it will have the wording, it will say up to 5 years. And with respect to benefits, there will be benefits. The city does not include sick days for non-permanent employees. So that is the exception.
Just thinking from a recruiting standpoint, but it's not permanent.
Yeah.
You lose potentially good people right away.
Five years should get past a lot of that, I think.
Up to 5 years, I'm gonna get up my career.
Yeah,
It still scares me.
I mean, I think realistically, and I'm sure you've all kind of gone through this current job market. I would predict that we're going to get somebody fairly junior that maybe is not well entrenched in their career, and that we'll be taking that individual and doing training. So in that case, I suspect the 5-year might not be as much of a barrier.
And there's a decent salary behind it.
Yeah. Will slow down the productivity. If you're taking someone right out of school or new to get them to be effective.
Yeah.
And have that influence with city that has events going on, and they take this young person in, it's gonna put a lot more work on you.
Yeah, I'm hoping we do not get somebody fresh out of school, kind of thinking that from the 3-year experience standpoint. But we'll see. And we've had to go out, I would say a half a dozen positions that I've recruited for, I've gone out multiple times. So when we do the job release, don't get the applicants that we're looking for, and then we'll go back out. So I think we'll be, we'll get the right candidate rather than rush this.
And what is the timeline on it?
Posting will go out in January after the holidays. We'll have it out for 2 weeks. And then ideally, if all goes well, we'll start interviewing shortly thereafter.
So I think we can have full training for something.
Yeah, I think absolutely, and I think as the posting goes out, if you're talking to individuals that you think could be a good fit, just make sure they're aware of the posting. It's a big piece. So
What's the base?
with benefits is 75. I'd have to go back through 75 at the top end of the salary, which it takes 5 years to get to the top end. I'll have to dig it up. It's
So
like
like we worked it out in somewhere around 57 plus the
50
benefits
to start.
So what kind of resolution are we looking for, Travis?
Beverly has a copy of the resolution, and I'll let her read that out.
Yeah, so the resolution as it stands currently is be it resolved, Tourism Sault Ste. Marie approve up to $75,000 per annum for up to 5 years, 2024 to 2028, from the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie General Development Account to support the wages and benefits for an events administrator position.
So my question is now going to be, and I probably should have phoned you on it before, Travis's. Do we have the authority to bind this board for 5 years?
I believe so, Richard, because we've done so previously with the boat. It's a multi-year commitment on that one as well. We've done a few that the commitments span beyond the term of the board, and I think the way that it is worded with respect to up to 5 years, if the next board comes in and determines that it's not an essential role are not of benefit, then they can, potentially reassess that.
The problem with the boat is though, is the check was cut for the full amount and the contract was over. This time we're only cutting, we're cutting basically 5 checks. 5
Yeah, I
annual.
think as it pertains to the recommendation from the board for the TDF, it was 5-year commitments.
Oh, that's
For
on the TDF.
25K a year.
For the marketing.
Operational costs. So I believe that there is authority there.
No, I'm sure, HR would have. No, because it would be in your bylaws. And whether or not you have that authority to find past your time, and I don't think there's any wording in there that says that. I'm just gonna pull them up.
There is not. There's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember seeing anything.
Any other questions with regards to the events position or concerns?
We written a job description for this.
Job description is written. And send that out if you like. It basically, we were about to press like the posting and then realized that the resolution was for the budget and not for a term for the position.
Well, and that was part of the question from City Council as well last night with regards to the strategic plan and the board events. It's where does the, where does the backing for those whole board events come from? And how is that going to be managed? Is it just, we're still continuing to rely on volunteers? This, what's that notion behind it that really says that this is what we want? How do it?
The weekend, I know we probably had, but we do some sort of plan. Do we get to have any feedback on your assessment of the candidate 30 days in, 60 days in, 90 days?
If there is an issue that you see
Right.
based on
Or even
performance
like
out
an
of the,
update for us on.
yeah, we can give an update. It becomes an awkward one from an HR standpoint because technically they're reporting to city staff.
Yeah.
But if there are issues or concerns that board members see with respect to this individual, you can bring them forward to us and we'll address those.
Essentially, we're getting.
Yeah.
It's probably really hard.
I just cautioned you on that, Travis, because in that memorandum of understanding, there's some clauses in there that we're not supposed to be dealing with staff members.
That's correct. Yeah.
In the MOU sign between the tourism board and the city, there's language in there that references that the board just like staff. And that the board cannot direct or manage staff.
And that oddly, well, not oddly, originally,
Feedback.
the only individual that you could talk to or individuals that you could discuss items with were myself and Tom Barrett. So now we've opened that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's no other questions with regards to the event administrator, I will reread the resolution in front of us here for the record. The resolution reads, be it resolved that Tourism Sault Ste. Marie approve up to 75,000 per annum for up to 5 years, 2024 to 2028, from the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie General Development Account to support the wages and benefits for an events administrator position. May I have a mover for this? And Jeff is the seconder. And all in favor? And that motion's carried. Okay, really excited to see how we can focus on that strategic plan. It was a conversation we had the other day with part of the waterfront was that has to be top of mind for us and for the board moving forward with, what does that strategic plan look like? What did we say our objectives were and how are we hitting those targets? So I think this is a great first step.
And just on that, Beverly, you brought up the comment about when we're looking at projects evaluating against the strat plan.
Yeah.
And we do have internal matrix that we've developed to evaluate, especially as it pertains to product development. Much like the events matrix where we go through it based on the strat plan criteria. So it's a helpful tool, and we can do that for future product development applications.
Ah.
I guess would it be worthwhile like I know those reports are expensive, but like, you know, they use Moneris info in the strat plan, you know, that give us a number, for example, it's in the special studies that people have. I guess would it be worthwhile to continue to invest beyond what we've invested through the strat plan to, you know, because that gives us a tangible break, you know, if they say, I think the number in the strat plan was 130 million bucks or something. And we say, okay, well, in this fiscal year, we wanted to spend 150 million. Yeah, maybe it gives us a very tangible way to say, okay, we're focusing on the right things, for example, or the message is getting out. And whatever we've been doing has some measure of success that we can actually quantify, so that as we, you know, try to justify some of the decisions we make, say, yes, these things work, and this is the economic impact, and this like city or whatever other partners should support us in this endeavor, sort of.
And we did include that in the 2024 budget, so we will be doing that.
All right, that was a quick one today. Does anyone else have comments from around the table? Nope. Okay, well, if that's it, then we will adjourn in just a moment here. Next meeting is, as per that new calendar, January 16th, 2024, and I will call for a move to adjourn. Kevin, okay, and Jeff? All in favor? All right, thank you for all of your time this year, guys. I think that we've done great work, and I'm really looking forward to 2024.
Merry Christmas, Richard.
Enjoy the sunshine.